Oh, where's this cotton barn at? It's on Lars Keller's Road. Where's that?
And it, okay, we're gonna go ahead and begin, and, Mr. Bottoms, I will elaborate on the location of the cotton barn. If you look at your last page, it's gonna have the address. There's a,
I've seen it, but where's that on Lars Keller's Road?
Lori Ellis.
Cotton barns.
And where's it located?
So, we just went live to begin the meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But once we, get to that part of the meeting, I'll explain, because I was lost at first too. It's down Lori Ellis, all the way down. But with that being said, we are, going to begin the Winterville Human Relations Board meeting for Thursday, November 20th, right here, and it's 7 o'clock. We are calling it to order. We are calling it to order right now. I'm calling it to order. I'm going to the next part of business is to begin with the invocation. Being that this is November, this is Thanksgiving, this is a very solemn month here in our country and around the world. I would like to proceed with the invocation, and immediately following, we will have our Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone could bow their heads for the invocation. And this is a prayer for unity and harmony. God of mercy and peace, you created us in your image as one human family. God, please heal the tensions that plague us and increase harmony within our community and communities around the world. Grant us the wisdom to disagree without being disagreeable and to battle ideas without battling each other. Unite our hearts and our minds as we build a stronger, more just community. In the name of Jesus, amen. And we're going to proceed with our Pledge of Allegiance. So I would like to proceed by welcoming every board member to the Winterville Human Relations Board. And I don't think we have an item on here for attendance. But if it's okay, I would like to call an attendance so that we can voice our presence and acknowledge our presence here. And I'm going to start with Vice Chair Rashana Carmen.
Here.
Dennis Bottoms.
Here.
Deirdre Gregory.
Here.
Christy Leary. Present. Shatoria Roach.
Here.
Dr. Daniels.
Here.
Councilwoman Robertson.
Here.
Thank you. And so we acknowledge all board members being here with the exception of board member Christy Leary. And I don't know, Town Clerk Harvey did not receive any contact, am I right? Okay, so Ms. Leary will probably make contact as to her absence. And then the next point of the agenda, I would like for us to quickly look through the agenda for this evening, and then I entertain a motion for the approval of tonight's agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
We have a motion to approve the agenda by Vice Chair Carmen. Can I have a second?
I second.
We have it seconded by Mrs. Gregory. So we have a motion by Vice Chair. We have it seconded by Mrs. Roach. So we have a motion to approve the agenda by Vice Chair Carmen and seconded by Mrs. Shatoria Roach. Can I have a show of hands and a vote for the approval of the agenda? And so we do have a unanimous vote.
Madam Chair, I just want to make sure, because there is an absent member, that Member Daniels can vote tonight in this situation.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
so that vote was acknowledged in the absence of Ms. Leary, and Dr. Daniels' vote has stood. Right. And so the next item on the agenda is the approval of our October 23rd meeting minutes. That is directly following our agenda. If we want to look through that, the minutes, to see if it has captured everything we talked about in October. If there's anything that is missing or you see that needs amendment, now is the time to speak to it. If not, I will entertain a motion for approval of the October minutes.
I motion to approve the minutes.
We have a motion made by Mrs. Roach to approve the minutes from October. Can we have a second?
Second.
And we have it seconded by Vice Chair Carmen. Can I please have a show of hands to, in agreement with the motions made to approve the October minutes? I see all hands raised, so we have a unanimous vote with the acknowledgement of Dr. Daniels this evening. So the approval of the minutes has passed.
Chair Hawkins would say that when I send out the agenda now, they are attached, so that would give everyone a little bit more time if they'd like to review them from the time that's sent out to the time the meeting is held.
Thank you so much. And so we will look forward to that moving forward as well. Thank you for having the minutes and everything collectively ready for our meeting. Item number 8 are items for discussion. And the first part of items for discussion is the Christmas activity that we titled Season of Giving Project. And if you look back on the minutes from October, we discussed the Season of Giving project, which is on the very last page, I believe. And the Season of Giving is something that we did last year, where we decided to give embroidered blankets to our elderly population, or our elderly citizens, residents here in Winterville. And the blankets were wrapped like gifts. I believe we had like 50.
I believe we did.
And we went around the entirety of Winterville. We were able to designate some elders that we believe would really cherish and benefit from the blankets, and it was highly successful. We were able to bring a smile to their face, bring warmth in their heart, bring warmth in our hearts, and just spend a little bit of time with the elderly with that exchange. So I don't know if that is something we would like to do again, or what are the thoughts that we have in terms of launching out in the community as part of human relations and in accordance with our mission statement for Christmas. And so the floor is open for discussion. And then just in our thought process, or was that something that we wanted to replicate this year, or did we want to do something different? I believe that was just why that was put on there.
I would be fine with doing the blankets again this year, if everybody else wants to.
Was it about 25 years?
Yeah, it was right at 25. And we have, I don't have a picture with me now, but there's some pictures. We took pictures when we were, like, we got together and we packed candy and we rolled the blankets and wrapped them in very festive ribbon, thick festive ribbon, and then we went together. I think there was 2 or 3 cars of us, and we went. We had the addresses, and we presented the blankets, and it was really nice and welcoming. This is something that we did last year. And so while Vice Chair Carmen is getting some pictures to show how it looked, does anyone else have any other thoughts that they may have in terms of season of giving, or what might be an idea? And then that blanket was, I think, double, like it was a thick blanket, like white on the inside. And it had Human Relations Board on it, Winterville Human Relations.
It seems like they really enjoyed that.
Oh, they
so
do.
Yeah, I would think that would be a great idea to duplicate. But I know last year we got the names from certain agencies, so I guess we would have to, talk about that too, and as far as a date.
I think the benefit of replicating or duplicating this project is that we will be able to maybe perhaps gift a different set of elders who did not get it last time, right? And then, but we also have the resource. We know we'll probably be able to find out where we ordered it from. I believe,
Amazon.
but, yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah. And pretty much, I think we selected blue, just as a basic color because it went to some of the male elders as well as the female elders. So those are some of the benefits. But again, there was a pool of a list of names. And then I guess we can take the names from last year and say, okay, look, let's, give suggestions for this year. If the board agrees with that. So it's open to the board because it's ultimately what would like to do in your heart for it. And I think, Board Member Roach and Board Member Gregory are on board with it. I think it's a good idea.
I'm on board.
The bottom, how do you feel about it?
Definitely. I think we just all gave names out.
Yeah, I think it's
all good.
2 or 3
Like some
names
people-
we submitted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Vice Chair Carmen put it in like a spreadsheet, I think so, and then from the names, we got, their addresses, and then we thought about maybe 2 or 3 tentative dates, and then that's when we, okay, this is the date. But I believe we wanted to do it before Christmas, but after Thanksgiving.
Right.
God, it was something like, we'll have to go back and look in the notes. So if everyone is in agreement with that, we'll try to replicate that, if that's okay. Councilwoman Robertson, do you have any thoughts or anything to add in terms of what we are talking about?
I know that they were greatly appreciated by the ones that I've seen. I've seen people with them laying across the laps, and things. So, and they really like them. So, a good project.
Do we want to stick with 25?
I think that was a good number. Or, yeah, you think it's good? Everybody think 25 is like an ideal number?
I have a question. Since the blankets were blue last year, is it possible we change it to red this year in case some of the same people would get the blanket? And red is a Christmas color.
That's a consideration. I might like red because it's festive.
Are you going to duplicate it? I mean, like, who you gave one last year, give them
No,
this year?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
we wanted to do a different set of elders.
It's still just fine with me, same color, but I was just thinking we wouldn't be duplicating them.
Yeah, we don't, I'm quite sure some elders who did not, get last year who might want them, or someone's health or condition will make them in a way where it would be something welcoming to them this year that they may not have needed last year. Winterville used to have a nursing home, but that has since been closed down. So no, they don't have any targeted nursing homes. However, the Council on Aging does do Meals on Wheels. And if I'm not mistaken, some of them are designated here in Winterville. So we might be able to connect with Council on Aging in terms of, I don't know how that works with like privacy or security, but hey, do you know some elderly residents who you deliver Meals on Wheels? I'm almost certain they will welcome those blankets, so that's a good idea.
What about the, low-income housing behind Robinson, especially the area that's like one bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
That might be somewhere,
That's
to
good.
help identify someone who would, that we didn't do last year.
I think we mentioned the police department, I think that was last year, maybe seeing if they know of anyone that they know.
They,
Elders.
yeah, because they work with, they have like a
Senior check-in.
initiative, yeah, with a senior check-in. So if we could use all three of these areas, we can probably identify 25.
I can call the Council on Aging if you want me to.
Thank you so much.
Who would we reach out to as far as the housing?
We call Mideast in Washington.
I can do that.
That's Mideast Housing. Whoever calls, because it's a Mideast, it's another Mideast agency that does jobs and stuff like that. So you would do housing, Mideast Housing.
Also know a few seniors who live back there from campaigning that may benefit from a few couples who are aging back there. So once we invite you to come, and perhaps we can compose a document again, and from like Board Member Roach, Board Member Gregory, and as well as you contacting the Winterville Police, and all of us collectively, the information that we have, we just put it on the document, and then we'll all have a base to look at. And last year, what we did was, as we delivered them or had them, we highlighted, and we, that was like a check off, especially the day that we went out, we were able to get several on that day. But it'll be like a running document.
And I think it'll be helpful too, once we contact the agencies, if we give them, like a deadline to give us the names, just so we can plan. So I was looking at dates.
For sure.
I guess it depends on what day you plan on delivering, to give them enough time to give us the names.
And this would have to be like, today is November 20th. So even if we started on Monday, let's say if we started on Monday, or even tomorrow, maybe give them the names by, thinking like the 8th or the 15th, or like the first or second, with the 5th, by December 5th, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
As a date to, a deadline to submit names. And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Harvey, these blankets were ordered through, you ordered them, so they will probably be somewhere on, order form, or so that we don't have to go and search for companies. We know a company that does it. We know a company that what you call embroiders, and we know the price. So if you can, resurface that, for us, then we'll know how much will come out the budget, how much, we would have to, how much that would cost. And if we wanted to add a bag of candy or whatever as well, we don't have to, but we would have to make a motion on these things prior to moving forward. Is there any more discussion? I know we said we are going to move forward with the blankets. Board Member Roach is going to contact Council on Aging. Vice Chair going to contact police for the senior check. Board Member Gregory is going to contact Mid-East Housing for the low income. And then I also are going to be reaching out to one or two or the elders in back there in behind W.H. Robinson as well. He said the deadline is going to be December 5th to submit names, and Town Clerk Harvey is going to kind of go find and resurface the cost and everything. It may have changed via tariffs, or it just may have changed from one year to the other. But if you can provide the amount for 25 blankets, that will help. Did we want to do candy before we put motions together? Because I think we came and we packed the candy and we wrapped the blankets all in one day.
Do you all want to schedule that now, or?
Yes. We can
I
schedule
think
it.
candy would be a great idea.
So if we have the due date for them to submit the names by the 5th, then, yeah, maybe by the 12th, we should be packing and getting it on out. What do you think? By that Friday? Is there a Friday? Everybody looks at their calendar and tentatively see what dates, or maybe we could say a choice 1 and a choice 2, because some people might not be able to see what the consensus is.
So we're packing and delivering on the same date? Like,
Yeah.
do that last week. Okay, so we're looking at Saturday.
I'm open to Saturday. Yeah, I like Saturday.
If we do Saturday, can it be a little later? I have an event from 1 to 3.
Yeah, and I have probably the second week in December. I have a meeting that's in the morning, so yeah, we can make it do. You said from 1 to 3, maybe.
Or we can do the 20th.
We did go out around.
We did.
We were dark.
Yeah.
We did the evening and then that Sunday as well.
Yeah, we sure did. So maybe if we say we wanna meet at between 3:30 and 4, because we met at the, community room, and we had the blankets there, because they were delivered in a box. Came with candies, bagged them, and then got in cars. We had our addresses, and we were able to go safely together and deliver them. So maybe we say, is that the 13th? Saturday the 13th?
13th is parade, Christmas, and the
Okay,
like
so we can
day.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sunday, the 14th, or we were sticking with the weekends, the 20th.
We don't have to do anything, whatever works for everyone. Really.
Yeah, whichever day, it doesn't matter. Like, so the 13th is the parade, and that's gonna be a whole,
Yeah.
we could do it, honestly, Mr. Harvey, if you could see, the earliest you can get the blankets ordered, when the blankets come in. Five days.
It didn't take long.
It didn't take long.
Couple of days.
So if you could, today's a Thursday, if you could see, as a goal or set to, place the order no later than Monday, I don't think it's gonna take long at all. And then we will have it by the first week. I don't think the delivery is gonna be 2 weeks. We will have it by that first week,
Of what?
December, but then we're saying submit the names
By
by
the
the
5th,
5th.
yeah.
Have it ordered by the 8th,
Uh-huh,
by Thursday, the 11th. Is this through Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh.
So, by Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, maybe, the 10th or the 11th of December. Mr. Bottoms, does the 10th or the 11th of December work for you?
Great.
Yeah, 11 is perfect.
That's a Friday.
Thursday.
The Thursday.
Mhm.
Thursday.
What time were y'all thinking?
That's a Thursday. I'm gonna have to do after 3.
I get off at 6.
That's, am I able to go in her place or no? The 11th?
Huh?
Am I able to be in her place on the 11th? I mean, or help?
Oh, yes, please. Yeah. And then like Vice Chair Carmen said, we went out 2 days. We weren't able to get them all in one day, so we kind of like did about 2 or 3 on that Sunday. So,
I could do the 12th. I couldn't do Thursday, the 11th, but I could do the 12th.
And I'm off the 12th, so.
oh, you on the
Yeah.
12th?
Okay.
Which is that Friday?
Friday.
It is.
I can do after lunch.
Okay. Oh, that's good. So December 12th, is that okay, Dr. Daniels?
Yeah, that's 11th or
Mr.
12th is
Bottoms?
fine. with me.
Well,
Friday, December 12th, maybe after, maybe at. Maybe do you want to do between 1, 2, or 3? What works best? 2 o'clock?
You
Mhm.
okay with that? Okay.
December 12th at 2. That'll give us time to pack and go out. Sounds good. And then, Mr. Harvey, if in the interim, you could check I guess, the booking for the community room. If it's booked, we would have to find another location. A lot of people are doing holiday gatherings for their families.
know we're speaking about the parade. Are some of the members going to be participating on that Saturday?
In the parade. So, Mr. Harvey, do we need to reach out to Town Manager Parker, or you may be able to tell us? The Winterville Human Relations Board would like to be a part of the Christmas parade, and I know last year, it was shared that they needed to, notify, everyone ahead of time, and I feel like this is a kind of ahead of time now at this time. So, the Winterville Human Relations Board would like to, I don't know if a float or what could be made for them, but they would like to participate.
Okay, as I shared last time, there will be a town-wide float for the voluntary committees, and the two of you can either volunteer or get selected to be on that.
Two of the board members?
Two board members, what it's gonna be is two board members from each of the volunteer advisory boards here in the town.
Okay.
If you are thinking for anything else, then you would need to contact Parks and Rec. There's an application.
Okay,
But I've been told that any fee that's associated that will be waived
okay,
for the board. And it was mentioned last time that maybe a car or something, and if that's anything in addition to the two people that would go on the float that the town's getting, you're welcome, but
to
that would
be in
need,
it with a different vehicle.
yes, that would be in addition, just need to contact Parks and Rec,
Okay,
and get the information from them
okay.
on filling out a
Application.
participation. There's a form for anyone that's gonna have something in the parade.
And I did check on the, signs. He said he wanted to know, what did we want on the sign? That was the question. What do we want on the sign? I would suggest just the Winterville symbol and Winterville Human Relations Board. But I did not have the authority to tell him that. So, that's what Willie wanted to know. And
I think they're prepared and ready.
really,
Yes.
okay.
Magnetic with Winterville Human Relation Board on them.
Sounds good. Or sign, so whenever we have, we will. Thank you. Okay, so with that being said, I'll reach out to Parks and Rec or yourself with regards to just getting information about participation. In the interim, like, I don't know how comfortable we feel of discussing or saying these two members can go and these can. So I will get that information, and then we will collaborate and just talk about what they have said, and then we'll move forward with that. That's okay. All right, and if we do not have any further discussion in terms of the season of giving via the blankets and candy for our elderly community family members, I would like to entertain a motion that we move forward with the Season of Giving project.
I'd like to make a motion that we move forward with the Season of Giving project.
I have a motion made by Board Member Gregory that we move forward with the Season of Giving Christmas project. Can I have a second, please? And we have it seconded by Vice Chair Carmen. Can we have a show of hands in agreement with the motion that was made and seconded? And we have a unanimous vote. And so we'll move forward with the Season of Giving project. Thank you. The next item for discussion is the Black History Month program. As everyone knows, Black History Month has historically been celebrated in February. We do not have to get into deep detail about it this evening, but it was brought up. And if anyone had any thoughts that they wanted to share tonight, as Vice Chair Carmen and I shared last month, we were planning It's a Love Thing Black History Month program last February. However, we postponed it or were not able to fulfill it fully, but we think that it is very beneficial. It will be beneficial to the community. We would like to make it really big and make it really, interactive. We want all we want the whole community to be able to participate in the Black History. It's a Love Thing program. Does any board member have any immediate ideas or suggestions? The floor is open. Vice Chair Carmen is looking up some of what we were planning last year. And in the interim, I don't know if some of this will align with what we were planning, but of course, we would like to have a speaker with a theme of It's a Love Thing, or even if we want to still do that title, we don't have to, we could change it. That's what a board is about, we could change it. But we would like a focused theme, a speaker to speak on a theme. We would like to have anybody who willing to sing, dance, we can have food. We just want to share and spread love, and maybe even talk about some history or historical figures here in Winterville, or even have some of those from Winterville who are part of the rich Black culture here in Winterville, and that does not have to be specified to our elders. It could be our young future leaders. So these are just some thoughts.
I went to, not saying we have to do this, but I went to an event that Greenville had last year at their museum. I don't know if you guys have ever attended the museum in Greenville downtown.
Yes.
But it's pretty cool. And it was like, I thought it was amazing. They had some spoken word that was there, but she was accompanied by like a band, a small band. And you know, it was open for people to kind of go in and out of the museum. And they were singing and musicians were there. I mean, I just thought it was awesome. And I would love to have something like that here in Winterville. I'm not sure how often we use the museum for anything, but that would be a great place for people to kind of come and get that history as well.
Often, the Historical Society sponsors some kind of music thing, so I don't know if they're planning one or not. Is that Regina Garcia that did spoken word?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, they've had her there before, so it could be, something that, it's not, it's something that can't be done. I've attended that, thing that she's done down there. And they had her, and then another time, they actually had the jazz ensemble from Pitt Community College to play. And they had a concert there, and, I think Matt, one year she sponsored as part of their whole program of music, a gospel group. At the music. That's been done, so it's not impossible to do.
I think it's also beneficial if we, as we're brainstorming, we compose a document with the different ideas and the different resources, contact information, so that we can solidify it as we move towards February. And then even tonight, just getting getting a tentative date that we may be able to lock in. So that if we do contact someone, we could say, hey, we're the Winterville Human Relations Board, we're planning this for this said date. Would you be available? Or even get two tentative dates, if it doesn't work for many of us, maybe we know that's February.
I would suggest to you that if you were going to have an event, have it at the depot rather than the community room. Sound is not good there. You cannot do amplified sound. That's one thing, we can't hear anything without a microphone, seems like. And also parking is much more ample there than up here. So, that would be, to me, it's not a gigantic place on the inside, but all the other advantages outweigh those things.
And so would we want to have it on a Saturday? And if so, we got February 7th. I don't know if anybody want to have it on Valentine's Day, so we'll skip that 14th. And then we got the 7th, we have the 21st, and we have the 28th, which is actually a leap year, and we gotta have the 28th in 2026. So the 7th, 21st, 28th, in terms of Saturdays, there's also Friday evening, there's also Sunday. What is the board?
I prefer Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, would it be in the evening as well?
Mm-hmm.
I prefer Saturday.
Saturday.
Friday or Saturday, but I think Saturday. We maybe have it a little early, maybe like 2. What Friday? I know in the minutes we mentioned other events too. I don't know if we had a date for that, if we were gonna attend as a board. The Pitt County Human Relations Board,
That we were going to honor Mr. Teal
Oh, yeah.
in February. I don't think the Pitt County Human Relations Commission, I don't believe we solidified a date in February yet. But so I don't think they're going to have his on a Saturday. I'm not sure. I would have to check with Miss Moody. He does all of our paperwork and everything like that. So if we wanted to still select our tentative dates, I think, and then probably highly unlikely that his event will be the same date and time as ours. So I vote for, Saturday as well. It could be the 7th or the 21st. Or it could be the 28th. Just voting for Saturday. I'm open for any times. Whatever the board. 7th.
Fine with the 7th.
7th.
Okay with the 7th.
Sound great?
February 7th. Good. Did y'all have any ideal time? Did y'all want to do it afternoon, early evening?
I was thinking evening,
Evening,
5.
5. It's good. February 7th. At 5 p.m. And then maybe do we want to do it like from 5 to 7? We just have, well, we have the date, and we say it at 5, so when we contact people, they'll wanna know. And, do we wanna do like, an alternate date, just in case those who we are, inviting, is let them know that maybe the 21st is the next date, or what save the board? First as a second or backup date.
Same time?
And then in the meantime, if we want to continue to brainstorm or think about ideas, we can. But we'll also construct a document to put it down. And I think we'll tie it together a little bit more once we get season of giving accomplished. Then we could, narrowing that down. But at least we have our dates. We also have our ideas. And then also the setting or locations, we could try to see if those dates are available.
What was the lady's name? The speaker. Spoken word.
Oh, Regina Garcia.
Okay.
She's with Pitt Community College. And remember that may be a fee.
Did we have any more discussion on the Black History Month program we are going to be putting together tonight? If not, I don't know if I need to make a motion for those tentative dates. No. But we have February 7th at 5, and February 21st at 5 as an alternate date. And we will be trying to get some people to be part of it. And that's including all ages and, speakers, singers, like I said, musicians, jazz. We want it to be really, really nice.
And if you need someone to reach out to Ms. Garcia, I don't know, I could, if that's when we get to that part.
Okay. Sure. Thank you so much. Please do. All right, if we are concluding our discussion in terms of the Black History Month program, I'd like to open this portion up to board member general comments.
I want to refer to the Thanksgiving meals with the Chamber of Commerce. I know we spoke about it.
Yes.
I don't think we made a final decision as to what we were gonna be doing with the meals.
Yes, giving out the meals or
Correct.
coming to help.
I know through email, we discussed possibly giving drinks, because I don't think they had drinks or anything to go along with those meals.
So,
I think it was a while ago.
so the Winterville Human Relations Board were going to contribute drinks to go along with that?
Correct.
Okay, so we were gonna contribute drinks to each family that was selected?
Yes, because I think with the $75 for each, I think it was a lot of meals. Let me check out the email really quick.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
thank
y'all.
Will they still be accepting? Because I see the date, November 20th, but I guess even if it's,
And the
Yeah, let me
donations
see.
were needed by
Oh,
today.
So we're
So
kinda late.
I don't think it would hurt, to contact, Ms. Cavanis
Mhm.
or her, those who work along with the chamber, by tomorrow to say, hey, the Winterville Human Relations Board would like to be a part in some instances and then contribute said amount, but we don't.
Correct.
And if we contribute drinks, we contribute like,
Here's the email. I think it was 89 meals
that were already,
that they needed, right? So
do they have a number that they still needed or that they had,
she said 89,
that they needed?
that they normally do.
Okay, so.
And I think that's where we came and we're like, I don't know if we could do this.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
$75 each,
So what,
so we can do the meals, the drinks, excuse me.
so at this point, with it being the evening of November 20th, she will probably have a pretty much of an idea of how many she has now.
Correct.
Or what resources she has. So I think honestly, us coming on the back end would be more beneficial. I could reach out to her via email tomorrow morning and say, hey, were you able to meet that goal? And if not, what number are you still in need of?
Correct.
How can we support? But I think as a board, we should have a limit, like,
Correct.
we wanna donate 100.
Drink. Yeah. Because even Miss Leary, right here, she was just saying how we could support it, like, and she put an example of the drinks that we could, give. I don't know if y'all saw that email
Oh,
or
yeah,
not.
the orchid.
I think they were $1.
I
Okay, hold on.
don't recall getting it. And those orchid drinks are, about $1.
I'm gonna forward it to y'all, just so y'all can, this was a while ago.
And then did they have a date when they're distributing the meals?
Always Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Okay, oh, so that's right
The
there.
time frame.
Don't have my stuff with me, but
Yeah.
we can get it and get it to Don and, get the information out. Get whoever has a group, who has a group email. Anyway, if we get it to Don, he can just forward it to the group.
But she was,
Distribution.
And so, Mr. Harvey, you let us know
that's-
the location and the time?
And then,
Okay.
and then. And then Tuesday, do they got the location where this can be given out?
Usually out to the, depot.
Okay.
At the depot?
Usually at the depot.
And then, do they have a time?
she didn't
Yes,
say that. so
she'll have a time.
I guess we
Okay.
can just reach out.
Reach out to her tomorrow morning. I'll reach out to her tomorrow morning. I'll reach out to her tomorrow morning and say, What time will you be distributing? We would like to donate or collaborate if any of our board members are available to go and help with distributing, that would be great. But this is something we would like to add to as a collective effort for human relations.
I sent it to you.
The board could establish an amount,
I think we said
whether that amount would be, you know, just drinks or whatever, but
Wait a minute.
establish an amount.
You say it was, I think we should as well.
With the drinks, I think she said the drinks were like $1.25, the one that she put in the email. I don't know if y'all see that.
If it's 89 families, it can probably be $100. That's like a cranberry drink.
I'm pretty sure they have.
I don't have it. Let me get the email.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Daniel.
Okay, I see.
Anything pop up? Got you.
I sent it to you, though. You got it? All right, we're in there. Yes, ma'am.
I got it. Thank you.
No problem.
How does the board feel about a donation of $100 if their prospective goal are serving 89 families or at around, we're gonna estimate that at 90. If the drinks are $1, I know if it's gonna be $1 plus tax or $1.25 plus tax, $100, maybe $120. But we want to, you know, yeah. What does the board? Mr. Bottom.
I'm sorry, I was trying to see if I got the email. I
Oh, okay.
apologize.
Lord, did I get it?
I was looking for the email.
Goodness
I was-
gracious. I thought I sent it to you.
I'm fine with 100. Unless when she talked to her tomorrow, she'll let you know specifically they're trying to reach a goal of maybe 3. Maybe we could do a little more. I guess it depends.
So we would have to.
Yeah, we'll have to, I don't know how that works because if she's giving it out on Tuesday, we won't be back together. So what I would say is if we could go ahead and do a motion now, of $100, give or take, or 120, because we're together, because then we would have to come together and do another meeting and just to say, we would like to donate $100 worth of drinks, and then that could be put to the side via the card and such. She may need less, or she may need more, but this is what we're gonna donate. You know what I mean? Do we wanna do 100 or 120, or whatever the board thinks?
Because I was thinking 150 would be 2 meals if she wanted to do additional meals, but
Wanna do 150? And then that could cover drinks or an additional meal. Want to do 100? Yeah. So, in an effort to be collaborative with the Chamber of Commerce in terms of the donations of giving out Thanksgiving meals, the Winterville Human Relations Board, I would like to get a motion that we, as a Winterville Human Relations Board, donate $150 to the effort of the Thanksgiving dinner, you know, by way of purchasing drinks, and any additional monies can go for this towards the effort in the meals. Can I have a motion?
For $150.
We have,
Thanksgiving.
we have a motion made by Vice Chair Carmen to donate or to give $150 to the Chamber of Commerce from the Winterville Human Relations Board as part of the Thanksgiving meal giveaway. Can I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Seconded by Mrs. Gregory. Can I please have a show of hands in favor of the motion and the second name? And we have a unanimous vote that passed, and so we will be donating $150 to go to the Chamber of Commerce in their Thanksgiving efforts. And in the meantime, I'll reach out to Ms. Cavanagh, Chamber of Commerce, and see date, time, and just letting her know we are getting that donation. All right. And so, before we get to the comment section, as you can see on the last page of our packet, it is a Christmas dinner menu. And on the inside of that is actually the invite. I don't know if all of our board members have responded to the invite, but there is a Town of Winterville Christmas dinner to be held Thursday, December 4th from 6 to 9. Excuse me, it's going to, from 6 to 6:30, appetizers and drinks, and 6:30 dinner held at the Cotton Barn. It's at 942 Laurie Ellis Road. There will be a silent auction table. A cash bar will also be available. You would have to RSVP by tomorrow to Ms. Fuller, Angie Fuller. Her email is at the bottom. So if you have not RSVP, please do so. It is a well-attended event. It's good, and as a volunteer board that works steadily and tirelessly throughout the year, I think it's beneficial that your presence is there to enjoy the end of the year Winterville Christmas dinner. Other boards are there, as well as town staff, town council, and their families. I believe you can, and I might be speaking, Mr. Harvey, if you could tell me, you can bring a +1, so it'll be yourself and someone else. That's, I don't know, or is that, or it might be, no. And if not, they will let you know. But just, you know, RSVP, I would like to come. I don't know if an email was sent to you all, but this is an invite. Tomorrow is the due date, so please put it on your schedule to RSVP if you are intending on.
excuse me, everyone should have gotten an email at some time from Angie. If you did not, please let me know and I'll make sure, but I copied and sent all of the email addresses that we utilize normally for meetings and everything. So you should have gotten one.
So if there's no more discussion in terms of the Christmas dinner, we are at the portion for board member general comments. I'm going to open the floor for any comments.
I just want to say I had a great time at the event with everyone. It was
Like this. Any other comments? I would like to proceed with comments. And my comments are being directed to the Human Relations Board. As you know, my daughter, Shantasia Morris, did apply as a college student to be part of the board, as this is a volunteer board. In the interim of the process of applying, she applied on June 26th. The applications were open several months to ensure that everyone in the community that met that criteria could apply as well. Unfortunately, and Mr. Harvey, if you could correct me if I'm wrong, at the time we had our November meeting, no, our October meeting, there had been no other applicants. I don't know of, as of to date, if there are any other applicants. Please update before I proceed. Thank you. Also, Mr. Harvey, if you could, I do not have the bylaws with me at this time, but according to the last time I looked at the bylaws, there was no exclusion of any family relatives to be a part of the Human Relations Board, being that that is a volunteer board. No one is getting paid, they are simply volunteering. Can somebody please, Mr. Harvey, can you please share if that is in any part of a bylaw or a policy that excludes family members?
There is none.
Okay. So with that being said, during the October meeting, it was shared, and Councilwoman Robertson, as our liaison, is also a council member on the board. I recommended Shantasia, and it was shared by Councilwoman Robertson that she want it to be deemed as favoritism. At the point in time where I heard that, I was offended by it because personally, that's my daughter. But honestly, she's an individual, she's an adult, she's a college student, and I feel like she has every right to participate in the town and be on a volunteer board, and not only one volunteer board. If she elects to be on any volunteer board, she has the right to apply and be recommended. And I just wanted to bring that before the board to share that during that time, I was offended. And so I said, you know what? I want to take my daughter off of this recommendation. My daughter was not present. My daughter is 20 years old. She is a social and human services major at Pitt Community College, excelling with all A's. She has done nothing but done positive things, and I do not want to close that opportunity off to her. We have several people within the town that are related, and they are on boards, councils, previous board councils, and that is not favoritism. That is an opportunity for anybody who wants to give of themselves in the town, we say is a slice of a good life for everyone. And that goes for anybody up here. If you have a family member who wants to be a part and do something great or good, I do not think it should be suppressed or stifled. If people feel like it's favoritism, that's their personal opinion, that's their personal belief. But does not go by policy. There's no policy being violated. And so with that being said,
I would appreciate it if I had the opportunity to respond to that.
you can, I'm gonna finish my thought. With that being said, I am going to, then, I don't know how that works, but I would like my daughter to have an opportunity to share her voice in what she wants to do, because she applied, she's 20 years old, she meets the criteria, and she should be able to volunteer on a board that she's been volunteering on the entire time. And again, at that time, when I heard that it's my daughter, I don't want it to be deemed favoritism, that's whoever want to deem that favoritism, hey, but we cannot exclude people because they are family members, because it's not happening throughout this town. People who are family members are doing stuff together, on boards, without boards, everything. And she's a young lady, and with her volunteering on this board, she gets nothing but benefit from the women on this board, from Mr. Bottoms, and from her launching out in the town. So that is what I am saying about it, and Councilwoman Robertson, you can proceed.
I'm not going to defend what I did. I said what I said. That was the action of our town council. This board here does not, how can I say this? One board does, our town council board is given the task of appointing people to boards. And that's what we did. And I'm going to leave it at that, even though I know that I'm putting myself out there, open to criticism, open to postings on Facebook, and any other negative things that can be said. I said what I said, and I said it because I do feel like it is the interest of good government. It is extremely hard to get any announcements in our schools now. Our students are not made aware of a lot of things because of other things, but I'm not going to apologize for it. I stood where I stood. No board, this board does not have the power or authority to override the town board. Simple as that. So that's where it's at.
And that's your opinion,
Well, like I said, I'm not going to debate it.
I'm not debating, I'm speaking. And what I am saying that if there are council members that can serve on the board as long as they desire, a volunteer board should not be stifled. So what we are saying is that if a person is a family member, they cannot be on a volunteer board. There is no reason for that. There is no just reason for that. And even if it doesn't go into the schools, what does that have to do with a college person where this is available? So as again, I will open that opportunity to my daughter coming and speaking publicly to that, because she is a human being. This is a human relations board, and her opportunity on this board should not be stifled because of an opinion of favoritism. When we had 2 people running for council that are family members, when we had a person running for mayor and his son running for council, when we had a person that serves as a council person who her husband served for 16 years. So when we talk about the governance, let's talk about the governance. That is favoritism. We should not stifle our youth. It is not okay, and we're not talking about negativity on Facebook. We're talking about transparency, and we're talking about accountability to future leaders here in Winterville. This is not about showboating. This is about doing what is right, and that was not right. And that is my comment tonight. My daughter will be invited by me to come in public comment to ask the council what would make her ineligible when there is no bylaw or policy against that. And if there's no bylaw or policy against that, and if there's no bylaw or policy against the ordinances of the town council, then that is null and void to deny her. And this is not okay.
I don't want to keep going back and forth with
I'm not
with,
going back and forth.
but if I remember correctly, you withdrew her name from nomination. Now, we
Yes,
can
I
go back
did.
and roll
No,
film back.
No.
But,
I started my
listen,
conversation.
I'm gonna leave it there.
You can leave it there, but you just brought something up. I started my conversation by saying, yes, I did withdraw her because it was offensive to even say that it was favoritism. When we have council members who are family members and everything else. So what I'm doing is, my daughter was not present. She applied in June. It was October and nobody had applied. Launching out to the community, Mr. Harvey put it on the website several times. What else more can we do? Because it's not getting out to the community, why shut her off from it? She's not causing any harm, nor is she receiving a penny as the town council gets paid. This is a volunteer board. We should be welcoming anyone who wants to volunteer. Why say no to anybody? And because it's a relative, no, you can't do it. You go ahead, you go do negative in life. You don't do what you want to you do in terms of your purpose, because it's for favoritism. That's your personal opinion. She's going to be invited to public comment, and I am going to put it on the agenda, and she's going to be recommended again. And it is my hopes that we have enough in our heart to say, you know what, I'm going to do the right thing. This young lady wants to be a part of the board. Why can't she? And anybody else who has a family member who wants to be a part of this board, you are welcome if you meet the criteria. That is my thing. And as going into Thanksgiving, we really do need to search our heart when we talk about kindness. Kindness is not blindness to what is correct. We keep kindness. Let's do be kind. Let's be genuinely kind in terms of human relations. And that is what I had to say, because I don't want to go to sleep with things on my heart. The Bible says if you have an ought against someone, go to them and say it. And I am saying what is right. If it was wrong, I would not be speaking to it. But when I heard my daughter come up, I said, yeah, she's my daughter. This is volunteer. And this is the Human Relations Board who she has been volunteering with the entire time. We will not stifle our youth. We will not do it, not on my watch.
Mr. Harvey, What's criteria for, people being eligible to be on the board,
In what matter?
to volunteer?
But I mean, that could be a lot of different things. What specifically are you asking about?
The criteria, I mean, if somebody decides that they want to volunteer.
Well, they must live in the town of Winterville, is
Okay.
one thing. Other than that, I'd have to have the bylaws to see specifically and make sure that I didn't leave something out or add something. I'm not prepared to cover all those.
Copy of the bylaw.
Where can we find that, the bylaws?
Bylaws, you should have a copy. I mean, they've been passed out several times, and I can send a copy if that's what.
Please send one electronically. I tried to look for the bylaws prior to coming, and I did see an email from you, Mr. Harvey, that said you would provide us printed copies. That was several months ago.
If I'm not mistaken, the bylaws state that 2 young people, college students, whatever, may, M-A-Y, may be appointed. It's not required, but may be appointed.
Would they be more considered like the youth council, Councilwoman Robinson?
That is a totally, the youth council is a totally separate issue than
Okay.
this board.
Okay, I got you.
We've discussed it a lot in here, but that would be a separate and totally different issue
Okay,
than the members that would serve on this board
I got you. Thank you.
if the town council so decided to put members on.
Okay, thank you,
And
appreciate that.
what was said, it may be 2 high school and 2 college persons may be
Appointed.
at the council's,
I don't have my copy with me.
and I don't,
To
I mean,
volunteer, not getting paid, volunteering their time. And then even with that, even if she's not appointed, if my daughter or anybody else who resides in Winterville who are doing positive things and wants to be a part of the events at the Human Relations Board, I welcome that. There is no good reason to tell anyone, no, they can't be a part of a volunteer board that is doing human relations here in Winterville. Anybody else have any comments? And with that being said, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I would like to make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
We have a motion made by Board Member Gregory to adjourn. Can I have a second?
I second.
Seconded by Board Member Roach. Can we have a show of hands in agreement with this adjournment so that we can adjourn our November 20th Winterville Human Relations Board meeting? Show of hands. And we have a unanimous vote. The meeting is adjourned.